I'm Laura Diorio at the Journal House with the New York Stock Exchange, here with President and CEO of Mountain, Mark Douglas, Chief Creative Officer Ryan Reynolds, and two certified TV guys. Gentlemen, welcome to Cannes Lion. How's it been going?
So far, so good. I mean, no complaints here. This is beautiful.
Busy, but obviously you can't complain. You're in Cannes.
Well, we just recently celebrated your IPO, so it's wonderful to chat with you guys again. So how do you feel your team has really leveraged the ups and downs of the markets?
Well, we've always worked with under the guise of necessity is the mother of invention and constraint. So, the ups and downs are less relevant to us because we're always making stuff at responsible, or at least trying to make it responsibly, stuff that's penetrative in culture, but is, made at cost. So and moves quickly. So it's our method of work is a little more resilient, I think, to the markets than others.
That's what we're aiming for.
And we're in this for the long term. So we're just looking, it's big market, companies doing really well. So we're just like up and to the right, and everyone will be happy.
Yeah, it's like emotional resonance or emotional investment is a long-term investment as well. So while it works in the short term, really it pays off, I think, over time.
And I'm sure you're having a ton of those conversations in Cannes Lion with both consumers, but also your partners and future groups. So how have those been going?
Well, the number one question I get asked is, how has life changed since the company went public? And I'm basically them asking me that question is how my life has changed. But it's been great. I think the industry has been, like the industry itself is excited that Mountain went public, big liquidity event kind of, and I've been told by a bunch of investment bankers, we don't usually talk about investment bankers, but they said they've never been busier since the IPO because everyone's excited about what's happened.
So it's a huge opportunity, I think, and a bit of a sea change in terms of small to medium-sized businesses having an opportunity to put their wares on and make a television commercial for the first time ever. I mean, it's really democratized the ad space, which was, really reserved for an elite few for so long. And I'm really proud of that part of the company.
Well, there's so many things that the markets can predict, but there's plenty that it can't. And what do you feel like there is most important for your business, what the markets can't predict?
It's something that's, I think, pretty interesting. I think there's a convergence that's starting to occur between social media creators and television. So television has been over here for very large brands, and then the small mid-sized brands have been in a different space, and they've been they see this convergence coming, especially with creators for social now potentially starting to create a lot of creative for television. I'm actually very excited about that.
So really, I love the idea that you can, redemption's a very interesting theme that's in a lot of our work at Maximum Effort, and a lot of our work with as Maximum Effort works with Mountain for so long. But I love it when we find things that we miss, but we didn't know we missed. And, we live at this great intersection of nostalgia and innovation. At least that's my favorite place to live. And, we're doing a documentary on John Candy right now at Maximum Effort. And I really do believe that come October, John Candy's going to be everywhere, because he's someone we miss, but I just don't think people realize how much they miss him. Obviously because he's not here with us anymore. But I noticed it even seeing Blade come back in Deadpool and Wolverine. It was like they hits this little narrow target that it's like trying to hit it from an airplane down into the Grand Canyon, hit a bullseye. But if you can get there or close to there, it's emotional and resonant. And seeing somebody that you missed but didn't know you missed is a beautiful thing. So.
Yeah, bringing together the iconic past of television and what folks loved about the original, but then the future of what folks want to see in AI and tech. And so, how are you guys really leveraging that new space?
Well, Mountain's goal is really simple. We want to democratize TV advertising for every size brand, right? So obviously, a key stat of our business, 96% of our customers have never advertised on TV before. And then you go, well, that means they don't have TV ads when we meet them. So it's kind of democratizing the creative and bringing younger creators, that's what we're literally here for, is to kind of see their work, celebrate their work. AI is obviously going to play a role, but it's this democratization of the medium, I think, is our mission, and I think fits with everything that's happening in the world right now.
Yeah, everyone's a media company. I mean, everyone has the ability to put a message out all over the world, and it's a pretty wild time, I think, in our history. It's a bit of that same sea change where you think about as technology shifted to the internal combustion engine, as it shifted from the typewriter to the word processor and so on. It's that moment where you're like, oh my God, this change feels inevitable, feels scary, but it also seems to have a lot of opportunity buried within it as well.
Yeah, we're watching Mountain and Maximum Effort really cut through that noise. So we're thrilled to chat with you guys today, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.